Kevin Hart's multi-million-dollar lifestyle. Hello everyone, welcome back to our other YouTube video. In this video, we will be going over Kevin Hart's multi-million-dollar lifestyle. But before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Have you guys ever watched Jumanji? Well, if you did, you would definitely know Kevin Hart, as he had played the role of main character Franklin Finbar in this movie. Not only in this movie, but in any movie or TV appearance, Kevin will always be remembered by the viewers because of his talent and uniqueness. Have you ever thought of his lifestyle? Let's find out. Kevin Darnell Hart is an American stand-up comedian, actor, and producer. He was born on July 6, 1979 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was raised in a single-parent household by his mother, Nancy Hart, who was a systems analyst for the Office of Student Registration and Financial Services at the University of Pennsylvania. His father, Henry Witherspoon, was a cocaine addict who was often in jail throughout most of Kevin's childhood. Therefore, he used comedy as a way to cope with his troubled family situations. After graduating from George Washington High School, Hart briefly attended the Community College of Philadelphia and moved to New York City. He then moved to Brockton, Massachusetts, and found work as a shoe salesman. Kevin Hart's comedy career did not have a successful start. He began pursuing a career in stand-up comedy after performing at an amateur night at a club in Philadelphia. Early on, Hart faced a lot of rejection and was booed off the stage several times. One reason for Hart's unsuccessful start was that he hadn't yet developed his own comedic style and was imitating other comedians. Once he found his delivery style and honed in on telling the stories of his life, he found success. He has since become famous for his storytelling abilities. Hart began his career by winning several amateur comedy competitions at clubs throughout New England, culminating his first real break in 2001 when he was cast by Judd Apatow for a recurring role on the TV series Undeclared. The series lasted only one season. Hart continued performing in comedy clubs, and his first 4 comedy tours were between 2009 and 2013. After earning over $20 million total during his last 2 years, Hart began gaining notoriety and quickly became one of the highest-earning comedians. His first tours were I'm a Grown Little Man, 2009, Seriously Funny, 2010, Laugh at My Pain, 2011, and Let Me Explain, 2012. During the early stages of his comedy career, Hart began to appear in films. Some of his early films include his film debut Paper Soldiers in 2002, Soul Plane 2004, and The 40-Year-Old Virgin 2005. Upon establishing himself as one of the premier comedians in the industry, his opportunities in higher budget films increased. He appeared in Think Like a Man 2012, and its sequel, which performed well at the box office. This led to his first lead role in Ride Along with Ice Cube in 2014. The success of this film led to its sequel in 2016. Beginning with Central Intelligence in 2016, Hart has increased his fame by starring in films with fellow A-lister Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. After co-starring together in 2016, they reunited in 2017 to lead Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, the remake of the popular movie. Hart's roles have increasingly increased in budget, expectations, and the fame of his fellow cast. This has led to his film earnings being in the tens of millions each year. As of 2021, Kevin Hart has a net worth of $200 million. Since 2017, Hart has consistently earned over $50 million per year as one of the highest-earning comedians and entertainers in the world. His earnings are mostly derived from his long list of box office successes, along with steady income from his comedy specials that appear on Netflix. But what does he have to do with it all? Well, a large chunk of money was spent over stunning $300,000 Ferrari 488 Spider on his 39th birthday. Well, the Ferraris are not the only cars in his garage. In fact, he doesn't even have only one garage. His California home alone has 2 garages facing one another, but we'll get to that later. Exactly a year later, he gifted himself another car. This time, it was a 1970 Plymouth Barracuda Custom made by a company called Speedcore. Despite these 2, he's been seen cruising around in a number of other eye-catching wheels, including a $150,000 Ford Mustang GT 500e, a Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG Black, a Pontiac GTO, a GMC Yukon XL Denali, a James Bond-style Aston Martin, and Ford Bronco. Remember those 2 garages we mentioned? Well, they were found in his stunning mansion in Tarzana, California, which he purchased for $2 million in 2012. Kevin lived there for about 7 years and sold it back in 2019. Same as his cars, that's not the only house. Over in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, he's got another one, although it's not as big as you'd think, as Hart calls it his tiny house with a big personality. It's not exactly clear whether Kevin owns his personal plane or hires them whenever he needs to get somewhere in a hurry. But even if it's not his personal plane, he would have spent millions just in hiring the plane, and that's for sure. Over the years, we have seen Kevin splash huge amounts of cash on luxurious and relaxing vacations. He also has a Rolex Platinum Daytona watch worth $215,000, Audemars Piguet watches. He spent millions of bucks just to know what time it is. So, that's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing video from us.